unless you completed and get the first down, which was highly unlikely because the defenders were teeing off on Dart. Dart can't throw that, but the offensive coordinator cannot call that pass. You have to have them burn the timeout, then punt it away, and you get time off of the clock. They still need 2 scores, but it becomes a time management game at that point. And the last thing here before I kill anything else is, yes, Jackson Dart had a great touchdown to put the Giants up again before the Broncos came down in field goal position. They should have never been in position to even take the lead at that point, because the offensive game plan, and I go back to Mike Kafka, was literally throw these balls into the air and see what sticks. There was no plan in place in order to get the Giants into the touchdown, into the end zone. All right, it was just throw it up and hope for a prayer, and the referees bailed the Giants out. The Giants should have lost that game before that field goal kicker. So offensive coordinator Mike Kafka has not gotten a lot of heat because of Shane Bowen, and that's why I'm even angrier today that Shane Bowen still got a job, but Mike Kafka's not getting dragged as he should.
Marco Belletti.
Hello,
you have to know I'm going to ask you a question.
Sure.
We're talking about the Giants.
I heard,
I'm
yes.
sure
Yeah.
Saw
I did.
what happened.
Yeah.
I would think if this were a game that happened and I was a Giants fan, I think that, because I don't think this loss costs the Giants a playoff spot, and I don't think like the Broncos maybe they are going to get one because of this win. But I'm in this season, and I'm probably like Carlos. I'm having fun. Jackson Dart is an unexpected, burst of joy in my otherwise mundane fanship. I would think that I am just very annoyed with everybody who is a coach in any capacity.
Yeah, I can't argue that. Look, I was annoyed with the game plan after they took the 2-point lead of Shane Bowen dropping 8 again, like he did against Dallas. So yes, that annoyed the bejesus out of me. But I got to be fair. Watching this game and watching how it unfolded in the fourth quarter, my mind didn't go straight to coaching staff. It was just the idea of, you can't, as much good feeling as this is, and as much fun as you expect to have, and as much as Jackson Dart is the future, and Cam Scadaboo, and I believe all those things, you have to learn how to win these games, and you can't start off this new era with a lot of the same nonsense that's been going on for the last 15 years, and that's where my mind went to. As much as it's not going to scar them, they're not going to, it's not going to stunt their growth, but with the growth has to come some winning. And it has to come where you win sometimes that you shouldn't, but it shouldn't be that you lose games that you give away. Those are bad habits that the Giants have had for a long time that I was very annoyed happened with this new regime, with this new, outlook, if you will, with the quarterback and the whole situation. That was where my mind went to.
Yeah, I referenced the 2014 NFC Championship game because it's a day that ends in Y, and that's when the Packers were up in Seattle, and we're still scarred around here from that one. They were up 16-0. The way they lost was that everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong. And looking back, a lot of us agree that Mike McCarthy really never had the team after that. Now, this is a Week 7 game. It's a different situation. Yeah. It's a first-year quarterback. It's, that was year whatever of Rodgers. That would be my concern is, but the silver lining is it's early. It's just another game in a season. But the concern is that this team now has lost a game. You win a game like this, suddenly you think you can win any game.
Yeah.
You lose a game like this, suddenly you think you can lose any game.
Yeah, to me, it's more just a bad taste that I don't want. The rookies who have been really smart to be able to say, look, I knew there's been a lot of losing going on. We weren't part of that. So they've kind of been absolved from all that. Now they've been lumped into it. That's what I didn't want to see. The idea that, look, if Dable had lost the locker room at some point, it happened way before yesterday. Like, there's no way you could tell me they've had 1 million of these games over the last however many years. I find that difficult to believe that yesterday was finally the one that, they've continued to play through it. I don't know if they love their coaching staff. I think there's a lot of rumblings that Shane Bowen is not exactly the most popular man in the room, but I don't think that that's going to be something where they don't play as hard. They've been given new life because for the first time they believe they have a quarterback that can actually win them games. I don't think that goes away after one, soul-crushing defeat, but one defeat I don't think that goes away. I just didn't want Dart and Scatterboo to be part of it. Does that make sense? I wanted them to be absolved of all of the garbage, including week 2, where they gave order. You can say, in some regards, week 2 was worse than yesterday, simply because they gave away the game from opening kick and they still had a chance to win it all the way through overtime. This was just, like a train hit you in the final 10 minutes. This was not something where it was a slow burn. This was what the hell just happened? Like, it happened so quick. I don't think a lot of guys even realized what happened. That's how fast it was. I feel like you can recover from that quicker than you can 60 minutes of, can we please give this game away? So in some ways you could say week 2 was worse. They continue to bounce back from that. I just didn't want this quarterback to be part of it. This quarterback to answer those questions so quickly. I didn't want it to be 4 games in. And all of a sudden now he's lumped into the nonsense. They have to quickly put this aside. And I also was selfishly, and just for me, they were the idea that you win that game, which by all rights you should have. You're playing next week in Philadelphia basically for first place because you've already beaten them and you wind up beating them twice. You're a game back, but you own the tiebreak. That's where the Giants could have been. And now you got another season where it's still, hey, let's see the growth. Let's see the growth. And at some point, the growth has got to stop, and it's got to start being about wins again. And yesterday ended this season for wins when it could have continued. And they could have got into December football where it actually meant something. That would have been fun.
At some point, saying you're a grower is fine, but you have to be a shower at some point.
Yeah, look, I'm all for that. But I'm all for the idea, hey, look, the quarterback's got to learn and can't throw that pick, and hey, you're the rookie, and you got to at some point you got to start winning some damn games. And you got to win games that you're not supposed to, like the Philly game, and you got to win games that are in the palm of your hand. You can't be up 19-0 and lose. You can't be up 26-8 in the fourth quarter and lose. Like you can't. I don't care who you want to pin it on. You want to Macca not going to have a job anymore? Like, whoever you want to put it on. You want to put it on the kicker? You want to put it on the defense coordinator? Collectively as a group, all of you. It's on every single one of you. Because at some point, every one of you, Tay Banks, I'm looking at you, made a play that contributed to this loss. Every one of them. None of them are absolved. And that's tough.
Looking at that 33 and it's insane to see. Tough loss for the Giants, of course. 888-710-4ISN, our poor friends here, Carlos Ortiz and Marco Belletti. 888-710-4476. Also, our poor friends in Seattle. They were feeling good. It was 3-1. Not so much anymore, of course. Big night for Toronto. Marco will tell you about that. We'll tell you how we did this week in our picks. Lots to get to. It's a busy night. Here once again, Marco Belletti.
Infinity Sports Network, Sports Flash.
And Paul was sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Your small business keeps you on the go. Progressive Commercial Insurance keeps your policy within reach with our easy-to-use mobile app. Learn more at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Down 2-0 and 3-2 in the series. Toronto again fell in a 3-1 hole in the 7th, but again, able to respond.
1-0 pitch. Swing and a fly ball. Left field and deep. Rosarena turns. Gone! A Springer! Dinger!
George Springer, your go-ahead 3-run blast as the Blue Jays upend the Mariners 4-3, take the series in 7, mark their first trip to the World Series since 1993. Call courtesy of the Blue Jays Radio Network. Dodgers, Blue Jays, Game 1 in Toronto, Friday night. Angels and Albert Pujols have broken off talks of him becoming their next manager. Pujols still said to have options, though. Reportedly set to speak with the Padres, while the Orioles also said to be interested in speaking to him as well. Pair of Monday Night Football games are at the half in Game 2. You got the Seahawks in front of the Texans, 14-6. Sam Darnold's thrown a touchdown pass. Zach Charbonnet has also run one in as well. In the first game, Jahmyr Gibbs had a big night, and the Lions took control at home.
Gibbs the back, the snap, the spin, handoff. Gibbs knifing his way, spins in, breaks the tackle, touchdown Detroit. 5-yard touchdown run by Jahmyr Gibbs. His second touchdown run tonight. And he vaults the Lions on top of the Buccaneers. 20-9.
136 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns for Gibbs. Lions roll the Bucs 24-9. Kevin Harlan the call, Westwood 1. Jared Goff threw for 241 on a score. Baker Mayfield just 228 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Both teams now 5-2. Brandon Graham's on his way back. 37-year-old will unretire and return to the Eagles for a 16th season. Titans release veteran wide receiver Tyler Lockett. Broncos linebacker Dre Greenlaw suspended 1 game by the NFL. That for unsportsmanlike conduct towards an official after the game was over against the Giants on Sunday. Hockey, got the Flames and Jets even at 1. They're in the third. Golden Knights lead the Hurricanes 2-1 as they head to the third. Everything else is done as Montreal double the Sabres 4-2. Wild handled the Rangers 3-1 and the Flyers erased the Kraken 5-2. I'm Marco Belletti.
Call the Infinity Sports Network anytime. 888-710-4ISN. That's 888-710-4476.
Hey, I'm JR, and the JR Sport Brief is on the Infinity Sports Network. Weekday evenings, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific.
Halloween's here. Costumes, candy, and maybe a few scares. But nothing scarier than being ghosted by your insurance company after an accident. At Postman Law, we've delivered over $3 billion to our clients, and we make it simple. Speed, ease, results. With free case evaluations and no fee unless we win, you're never left in the dark. Call 844-POSTMAN or visit postmanlaw.com. Others promise. Postman delivers. This is attorney advertising.
Experience pro football's biggest day like never before. Stadium Swim at Circa Resort and Casino in downtown Las Vegas. Catch every play on our jaw-dropping 143-foot screen with pyrotechnics display and live game audio. You won't miss any of the action while you take a dip in one of our 6 temperature-controlled pools. Book your cabana, daybed, or stadium booth for the ultimate viewing experience. Reserve your spot in the sun at circalasvegas.com.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Think again. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Now, what to do with your unwanted bills? Maybe turn them into paper airplanes headed to See Ya Never AT&T and T-Mobile. Jokes aside, the best 5G network has you covered with the most ways to save on plans, streaming, and phone deals. So bring in your bill to local Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on Root Metric True Score Report dated 1H2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
Come to DSW for the shoes, stay for the fun. Because, let's be honest, if shoe shopping isn't fun, you've been doing it right. So go ahead, try something new. Try something different. Good different. Try something that feels like you. You know, real. And then definitely brag about it later. Because at DSW, you've got unlimited freedom to play. Find the shoes that get you at prices that get your budget. At DSW stores or at DSW.com. Let us prize you.
And now a scary story brought to you by Instacart. Saturday was busy, but now it's Sunday, so you're rotting in bed. And that's when you start to smell something rotten. And it's not you. You follow the smell to the laundry room where you find a full pile of laundry and an empty container of detergent. Panic sets in, but then you open Instacart and order everything you need to get your life back together, delivered in as fast as 30 minutes. For one less Sunday scary, we're here.
A mochi moment from Tara, who writes, "For years, all my doctor said was eat less and move more, which never worked. But you know what does? The simple eating tips from my nutritionist at Mochi. And after losing over 30 pounds, I can say you're not just another GLP-1 source. You're a life source." Thanks, Tara. I'm Myra Ahmed, founder of Mochi Health. To find your Mochi moment, visit joinmochi.com.
Tara is a Mochi member compensated for her story. Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up, you get early payout on parlays too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply.
This moment right now is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
With lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me my good friends, give me a dew.
Do the Dew.
Coming at you live from Auto Trader, here's New Car Energy.
They're searching inventory. You can make a budget for your wallet to help you succeed. It's smarter car shopping just for
Find
you.
your next ride at autotrader.com. Powered by Auto Intelligence.
College football is off and running, and no one has the sport locked down quite like the Cover 3 podcast, part of the CBS Sports Podcast Network. Join me, Chip Patterson, along with Tom Fornelli, Danny Cannell, and Bud Elliott 5 days a week as we get you set for each weekend with breakdowns and best bets. Then recap all the action on Saturday night and tell you what you need to know about the rankings and more. Follow and listen to the Cover 3 podcast on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This month, Lazy Days RV is putting you in the driver's seat with the You Pick Your Payment sales event. During this event only, your dream travel trailer starts at just $75 a month, making it easier than ever to hit the open road for less. Looking for more space? Fifth wheels start at only $145 a month. Prefer to take the wheel? Motorized RVs start at just $285 a month. Your getaway is as simple as turning the key. Plus, enjoy no payments for 45 days on every RV. Pick your payment. Pick your adventure. Stop by your local Lazy Days RV or visit lazydays.com.
This is Bill Ryder, and I'm Ryder than you. At least for 2 hours, starting weekday mornings, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, on the Infinity Sports Network.
Thank you for listening to The Bart Winkler Show. 888-710-4ISN. That's 888-710-4476. Here's Bart Winkler.
It is the Bart Winkler Show. I'm Bart Winkler. Seahawks and Texans. Second half underway. Seattle up 14-6. As most of Seattle watching that game in a daze after the Mariners lost to the Toronto Blue Jays. We'll get into that. Try to play some clean audio for you. John Schneider having the effing time of his life on the field and in the locker room. It looks like a nightclub in that locker room. It's unbelievable in there. But first, we will recap the weekend that was our horrible, downright terrible, no good college and NFL six-pack of picks. Carlos and I each taking 6 games in total, 3 college and 3 NFL. I'll give you my college ones, where I came in with an 8-13 record, as did Carlos. I had the Ohio State Buckeyes 25.5-point favorites over Wisconsin in Wisconsin, and they beat them 34-0. Wisconsin has now lost 2 games in a row by scoring a total of 0 points. They might be the worst Power 4 team in the country. Luke Fickell still employed and got the vote of confidence today from the AD. We'll see. I got that one. Also got Notre Dame 9.5 points over USC.